Hello, fifth graders, and happy Friday. Today we're going to compare digits based on place value. We've already done this when the place values are right next to each other by multiplying digits by 10 or 1/10. Today we're going to multiply by powers of 10 or 1/10. I know you're going to do a great job, and so does Mr. Smiles. He's giving you the thumbs up. Let's dive right in. Today we're going to compare digits based on place value. To do this, we're going to follow the same steps we did before. First, we're going to line up the numbers in a place value chart. Go ahead and write that down on your paper. Next, we're going to circle the digits you're comparing. After you've done that, determine if you are increasing. If you're increasing, you'll multiply by a power of 10. Or if you're decreasing. If you're decreasing, you'll multiply by a power of 1/10. So we'll determine how many places, and that will tell us what power to use. Let's start by looking at the first example. The 4 in 546 is worth blank times as much as the 4 in 32 and 45 hundredths. The first thing we need to do, step 1, is line up the numbers in a place value chart. I'll put the 546 on top. Remember, the decimal always goes after the ones place. Then I'll put the 32 and 45 hundredths on the bottom. We read this like a reverse multiplication sentence. So we're saying, what do I multiply the 4 in the bottom number by to get to the 4 on top? What place is the 4 in 32 and 45 hundredths? It's in the tenths place. What place is the 4 in 546? It's in the tens place. To get from the tenths place to the tens place, am I increasing or decreasing? Well, I moved up in place value, so I increased. How many places did I increase? I can draw scoops to show me. I increased 2 places. Every time I increase, I multiply by 10, so I multiplied by 10 and by 10, or by 10 to the second power. How do I write 10 to the second power in standard form? It's 100. So the answer is that the first 4 is worth 100 times as much as the second 4. It went up 2 places. Let's look at another. The 3 in 6 and 532 thousandths is worth blank times as much as the 3 in 39 and 27 hundredths. Again, I'll follow my steps. First, line up the numbers in a place value chart. The easiest way to do that is to line up the decimals. And remember, I'm going from the 3 in my bottom number, the second number, to the 3 in the top. What place is the 3 in 39 and 27 hundredths? It's in the tens place. What place is the 3 in 6 and 532 thousandths? It's in the hundredths place. To get from the tens place to the hundredths place, am I increasing or decreasing? I'm decreasing. Now let's count how many times. How many places did the 3 decrease? It decreased 3 places. Each time I decrease a place, I multiply by 1/10. So I multiplied by 1/10 3 times. That means I multiplied by 1/10 to the third power. 1/10 to the third power is 1 over 1,000. So the first 3 is worth 1 over 1,000 times as much as the second 3. Let's do one more together. The 4 in 584 and 3/10 is worth blank times as much as the 4 in 32 and 214 thousandths. First, we need to line up the numbers in a place value chart. So let's do it. 584 and 3/10, 32 and 214 thousandths. I'm comparing the 4s. What place is the 4 in 32 and 214 thousandths? It's in the thousands place. What place is the 4 in 584 and 3/10? It's in the ones place. To go from the thousandths place to the ones place, am I increasing or decreasing? I'm increasing. How many places? Well, 1, 2, 3 places. That means I'm multiplying by 10 3 times, or 10 to the third power. So what am I multiplying by? I'm multiplying by 1,000. The first 4 is worth 1,000 times as much as the second. Now let's try some practice problems. How many times greater is the 5 in 587 than the 5 in 852? Well, line them up. To get from the second 5 to the first 5, am I increasing or decreasing? I'm increasing. How many times? 1 time. So, what's the correct answer choice? It's A. It's 10 times greater. Let's do another. How many times greater is the 9 in 1 and 924 thousandths than the 9 in 459 thousandths? Well, I line my numbers up. To get from the second 9 to the first 9, am I increasing or decreasing? I'm increasing. How many times? 1, 2. If I'm increasing 2 times, what am I multiplying by? The correct answer is B, 100. 10 to the second power. Let's look at number 3. Which statement is true about the numbers 15 and 23 hundredths and 13 and 51 hundredths? Looks like I'm comparing the 5s and the 3s. Let's start with the 5s. To get from the second 5 to the first 5, am I increasing or decreasing? Increasing. How many places? 1 place. So how many times greater is the first 5 than the second 5? It's 10 times greater. None of the answer choices for 5 are correct. Now let's look at the 3s. To get from the second 3 to the first 3, am I increasing or decreasing? I'm decreasing. How many times? 2 times. To decrease 2 times, what do I multiply by? I multiply by 1 over 100. The correct answer is D. Now let's look at number 4. The 5 in 375 is worth how many times the 5 in 759? Well, to get from the second 5 to the first 5, am I increasing or decreasing? Decreasing. How many places? 1. So which answer choice is correct? It's A, 1/10. Now you try 4 on your own. Read number 1 and answer it. Which statement correctly compares the two values? The correct answer is A. The 4 in the first number is 2 places smaller than the 4 in the second number. Look at number 2. Which statement correctly compares the two values? The correct answer is again A. The 5 increases 1 place, so it's multiplied by 10. Now try number 3. The 5 in 36 and 591 thousandths is worth how many times the 5 and 54 and 197 thousandths. It decreases 2 places, so the correct answer is 1 over 100. Now try 4. The 7 and 754 and 28 hundredths is worth how many times the 7 and 495 and 72 hundredths? The correct answer is C. It is 3 places bigger, so it's multiplied by 1,000. You've done a great job in this video. Go ahead and log into Elluminate and take your exit ticket.